Okay, so I am here to talk about having a stress-free holiday season. Even though outside doesn't really feel like the holidays are coming up, they're going to be here really quick. And I'm Sarah Sanderson. I'm an intern in the Community Relations Department. So first, if you're someone that gets stressed out during the holidays, or if you have a spouse or a brother or sister or parents or something, I hope that you can get something out of this presentation. If you're not the one that's getting stressed out, maybe you can help the people that are in your life. But first, if you are or your family is, you have to identify what it is that stresses you out and which part of the holidays is what is not making it as fun as it could be. So the main two are going to be money and time. There could be plenty of others, but with money, it's how are you paying for the extra food involved in the holidays, or the presents, or the lights on the house and stuff like that. And times it's pretty obvious with work and for kids having things going on, and more holiday get-togethers and trying to fit everything in. And less than a month here, 25 days really, for from December 1st to Christmas. So the holidays, we have to remember that they're supposed to be fun. That's the main goal of them, and not to be stressed out and not let that ruin the holidays for you. And not letting the little things and the logistics of the holidays wear you down and make them unfun. So I'm going to talk three main things about goal setting, budgeting, and mindfulness. So with goal setting, so I kind of want to balance it between long-term goals and short-term goals. So long-term goals, I would suggest to make a plan of everything that you want to get done through the holidays, and have it on a list, have it written down or on your computer or something, with all the events with work or your kids' events or your own events, and avoid double booking anything, so you can alleviate stress that could happen later on if you were to double book or not plan it strategically. And just having a master plan is going to help with delegating too. If you have, you know what needs to get done, you can hopefully ask family or spouse or kids to help you with some of the things that could get done, and it could alleviate some stress from yourself. And then writing a list for things to complete day to day. This is more the short-term goals and short-term planning. So I would say pick 5 or 3 or whatever you're comfortable with. It's I'm going to get this done today, and make it manageable. Make it so it's a win for the day, instead of having too much and being overwhelmed with all that. So if it's simple things as going to something, that's something to get done, or if it's wrapping presents or putting decorations up, or just making it manageable for day by day, is going to help and make you feel like you're accomplishing something from your big master list, versus getting too stressed out by all the things you need to do during this busy month. Okay, so with budgeting, so with the holidays, increased spending happens a lot of times. So just a reminder for you or anyone you know that it's not about all the gifts and stuff, but you wouldn't want to go into debt by that, or having credit card debt or anything like that. So if you or someone that you know is struggling with that, it's a great reminder that that's not what the holidays should be about. And planning ahead and reviewing your finances and setting a budget beforehand. So I'd suggest in this week or so, before the holidays really kick off, to kind of set a budget of what you're going to spend and plan it out, so you have a plan going into the holidays and making it realistic for you. And it's going to help with not before Christmas having those last minute things that the stores are trying to sell you, get you away from your plan. So with tracking, that's the second part. So you can plan it out all you want, but you gotta make sure you track it too, and what you're spending, and having a successful budget with that. So then next year even, you can look back and see what you spent on grandma and grandpa, or mom or dad, or cousins, or whatever you're doing, and kind of planning it by then, and it can help you with your long-term holiday planning as well. So these are just some budget sheets that I found online. So there's really fun ones and Christmassy ones. If that is a motivating factor, I would be much more rather to fill out one like this than just on a plain notebook paper, but that still does the trick. So there's you might not be able to see it, but it's gifts and family portraits and Christmas cards and all the presents and stuff like that maps it out there. The other one's more plain. The other one's very, very detailed and with everything that you could be spending during the holidays. So maybe you're not even knowing how much you are spending during the holiday season. So this is kind of like a good checkup to see if you are kind of going crazy, or if after in January you're like, why is my bank account so low? You could really figure out what you are spending the majority of that money on as well. So some tips, and I'm sure you guys have plenty of other ones that we can talk about too. But for saving money, I'm sure any of you that have kids would love a night off. That if you have a sibling or something like that, you could always offer to babysit for a night as a gift, which would be very low cost, just the one night you're spending on the child with a meal or something like that. Potluck style meals, this is a big one to take the stress off the host and not have them be spending lots and lots of money on food, especially if you have a really large family. And then just a secret Santa method of gifting. So for my family with aunts and uncles and cousins and grandchildren, we always pull names out, and they have the name and have a short list of things that they want for Christmas. And instead of us buying for every cousin and aunt and uncle and stuff, we gift like that for my more extended family and just gift to one person versus everyone to save some money in that way. Also just forming low-cost traditions, which I'm sure everyone has their normal things they do at Christmas time. But if you are looking for something that's lower cost but still really fun, touring the holiday lights, that's something that actually at Wartburg a lot of us will get in a car and go around because it's very low cost for us, poor college students. But sledding or skating, those are great exercise activities and also pretty low cost. Baking, and then with Christmas movies you can find on TV, it seems like every single day on many channels, or even holiday books. But there's also holiday concerts at the high school and things like that that are pretty low cost if you want to get in the holiday spirit that way with music, or even Pandora, Spotify. Those are all radio stations that are free and you can have them playing in the house. That's a very low cost activity that maybe will make a really good impact on kids or spouses or people around your life to make it more holiday in the house. And also giving, so it doesn't have to be giving monetary or actually gifts to a charity or things. It could be as simple as shoveling the neighbor's driveway, or using some of the baked goods you made and giving them to your neighbor or something like that. It can be something low cost like that. Okay, so now we're talking about exercise. So sometimes the holidays will take us away from our normal routines, which a lot of times I have found with people around me would be they're missing out on their workouts that they're normally doing. But working out and exercise is actually really, really good at this time of year because it helps cope with stress and it elevates our mood. And we produce endorphins in the brain that gives our body really good feelings and boosts our mood, and then also decreases the anxiety and stress from the holidays. So I encourage you to if you're already on a workout routine or exercise routine, don't let the holidays take you away from that because you're too busy, you're too stressed, because else it's really going to help with your stress. So it's getting harder to find time to be active because of the holidays, but maybe for an example, if you have 30 minutes 3 times a week, have 3 10-minute sessions during the day, if that's what you can fit in, or maybe you do 20 minutes 5 times a week, or just really try to get short sessions in if you are having hard time finding time. But do it when your kids are at their activities, if they're at sports practice or whatever is happening at school. Multitasking, so if you're doing squats while you're waiting for something to cook, or if you're pacing while you're on the phone, or just adding a couple exercises in is really going to make a difference. And getting your family involved as well. So like I said before, with the low cost skating and sledding, that's all really good exercise too. There's family 5Ks around that are very family oriented during the holiday season. Just even giving them tasks from your master list with cleaning or things like that, it could help everyone in your family get a little bit of movement too and help decrease that stress. And just remember, like, a little bit of something is a lot better than a lot of nothing. So just remember that, like, if you are having a routine, don't let the holidays get you away from your routine. Or if you are looking to start a routine, this is a great time to start some exercise and help decrease that stress. So this picture, like, is something that I can relate to during the holidays, and you have all the food on one side and the drinks on the other side, and just being mindful about that. So if this looks like you during the holidays, remember that fats and sweets decrease your energy. So we have the good exercise that's going to boost your energy, and then when you go to a holiday party and you're loading up on cookies or eggnog or whatever it is, that's going to decrease the energy that you're trying so hard to increase. And then some ideas for before you go to a family or a friend holiday party would be to just drink water beforehand, kind of fill up with that so you're not going into the party or the gathering starving. You're not going to consume as much that way, or even having a healthier dinner before going to the event, just because then you're not going to be consuming then as much then too. And then just bringing a healthier option. So if that's something that you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to ruin my meal tonight because I'm going to be eating a bunch of not healthy foods. If it's potluck style and you're bringing the salad or you're bringing the vegetable tray, you're going to know that there is something good there, so that can alleviate stress in that way. But one important thing about this whole season is learning to say no. So if the things that you are, like your traditions or what you're used to doing, isn't bringing you joy, it's not something that you loved about the holidays, like, ask yourself, why are you doing it? Like, why is this part of the holiday season, which is supposed to be fun? Don't do things that you aren't loving, because there's only so much time in the day to spend time with your family, get your work done, even exercise and cook dinner and stuff. Don't do the extra things that you're not enjoying. And trying new things. So if that's like the low cost ones, if it's as simple as getting your family to help with dinner or helping clean and stuff, just try new stuff that you haven't before, even if it isn't as the fun stuff, but the stuff that needs to get done, try delegating it, trying different things to have less stress during the time, as well as trying the new traditions that you do think will bring you more joy. So don't forget, like, if your exercise is your way to relax, which that's how I feel with mine, make sure you're getting that in. If exercise isn't your way to relax, make sure you are taking time to relax. If you need a break, just breathing, clearing your mind, if it's reading a book or just like meditating with your eyes closed or stuff like that, like just even 5, 10, 15 minutes is going to make a lot of difference in your day. And make sure you are giving time to that if that is important and you need that time away. So like my last portion of this is just being present. So there's actually a lot of stuff on social media lately about being present because of how much there is, like, there's pictures of people on holidays on their phone, or when you're at a table, it's like there's always the millennial picture of like all these like college students on their phone. But I'm seeing that more and more, even with my parents, or we have to kind of remind ourselves to put the phones away. Taking mental pictures versus physical pictures. I feel like social media and the way things are now really pressures us to like document everything that we have, but documenting the holidays or those events or anything, just taking the mental pictures, those are what's gonna stick with you more when you are thinking years back, or like the events versus looking at pictures. And then enjoying the time off. If you have time off during the holidays, actually enjoy it, because there's a lot of people that, I work at Target, so there's a lot of people I know that don't get the time off with their families, or they're working on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve and things like that. So enjoying the time off that you get with your families, because a lot of people would love to have the time off. Social media is like a big distraction. It's also a big highlight reel. So if you're someone that is comparing yourself to your friends or even your family and what they're posting, don't let that stress you out. That's something that, like, jealousy can bring that stress to you that you don't need. Just remember those are all the good moments that they're posting, the highlight reel of that. And just being present, turning your phone off or putting it in your coat pocket, not even bringing it out. I think we're very very used to just checking our phone all the time just by habit, and we don't even really realize we're doing it. But just having your phone tucked away is a great way to not continue that habit that we're always on. So I just think that you guys probably have good ideas or things that you guys can share with each other, just because, I mean, I'm 22 years old. I've only had a few holidays I've felt stressed. Normally they have been very fun for me. I'm starting to feel it now with like finals coming up, and the fact that now, like at this age, I'm buying presents for more people, and I have trying to fit the exercise in. So I'm just starting to like feel how the holidays can be stressful or make or break the whole season. So I'm just kind of wondering if there's any volunteers that have ways that they stay sane that you could share with everyone else, or any goals that you have this season. I think that talking about your goals and like announcing them very much makes you stay accountable to them if you have anything you're thinking of or things you've done in the past. So I was wondering if there's any volunteers that'd like to share. Kind of putting on the spot, but
shopping ahead of time.
Okay, yeah.
Gotten better at that.
Good. I've even seeing, right, like since I do work at Target, but like at all stores, they're like starting their sales so early. So I think that's actually almost in your favor that you don't have to feel like, oh, I need to shop when the best deals are, because I think there's a lot happening right now on online or even in stores. So awesome.
I always make every year, this is kind of nerdy, but I always make a Google Doc of like Christmas plans for me and my husband to see, and I list out like who we're buying gifts for and what we're planning to buy for them or what we're planning to spend, and that way, and then once I like buy it, I can check it off,
yeah.
like turn it a different color or whatever, so
yep.
I know it's done, and that way I remember who I still have to buy for and what I've actually spent on everybody.
Yeah.
Remembering too that I don't necessarily have to spend, like I used to feel like, well, if I spend $50 on my parents, then I have to spend $50 on Garrett's parents just because it's fair, but I don't necessarily think that has to be the case.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and having that like documented for even next year to kind of remind you, and yeah. And I'm very checklist oriented, and I always feel satisfied when I can check something off. I'm very like that, so that's like lists are very much my thing. Anyone else that has goals or something that you do that helps you? I have one too. So kind of my goal and just kind of my me time is like I'm doing, it's from Runner's World magazine if you've heard of it, but they have a run streak, so they do 1 mile a day, Thanksgiving to New Year's Day. So it's like 40 days, at least 1 mile a day. So I have been a runner and I've ran like a half marathon and stuff, but during this time it's really hard to get me outside. Well, I mean, it's beautiful today and this weekend, but a lot of times it's hard to get me outside and running when it's cold out. So my goal is to have that 1 mile a day at least, and I found that a lot of times, like once I get out the door, I'll run more miles than one, which is awesome. So like today when I'm busy and I have this and I have work and class, I got 1 mile in, and it's like, okay, check that off for today. And it's actually motivating to at least say that you've done 40 straight days of 1 mile. So that's something I'm doing different this year, and hopefully that will continue on to be great. Anyone else?
Trying to remove presents from the adults, so the adults we're focused on the kiddos and not take that away from them, but just one less thing to worry about. My sister and I, my folks and I are just not giving presents. We're just happy to be together.
Awesome. Yeah, we found that once we kind of the Secret Santa was including my parents, like that style, and like my aunts and uncles and stuff, and now we're starting to just do the cousins and stuff, just because stuff is just a stressful thing. So and holidays are full of stuff, so when you have people that have everything that they could need, they don't really even want the extra stuff. So definitely, if that's like how you feel, that's something to think about for a holiday and talk about, and maybe have the presents go away, the extra stuff. Anything else? Yeah.
Something my siblings are doing this year that's different. We used all adults. I mean, we all live in different states, and so I don't even know what they have. So it becomes this kind of generic gift just to do it. But this year we're getting together in Kansas City, and each couple has to bring a game, and then they have to bring a prize for their game. So we still get to purchase something, you know, the spirit of giving, but it's really low stress, and this is kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
I have a brother who's 16 years old, and so we said anything from a bag of M&Ms to an Audi. So it's really just kind of whatever amount you want to spend. You know, if it's a group game, then you get maybe 4 little gifts. But if it's an individual game, you just get 1.
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then like actually spending the time playing the game. Like there's a bunch of great combination things that's going to take people away from the social media or stuff like that, and then actually hanging out with each other and having not having to buy lots of presents that may or not be wanted. Cool. Well, that's all I have. If there's anyone else who would like to share, just kind of ponder what you can maybe change about your holidays to make them less stressful for you. Because I hope that everyone has a very happy holidays and New Year. And today's actually my last day with my internship, so I won't be back. But yeah, have a great rest of your holiday season.